Welcome back to PPW High Voltage. Phil Bravado, soon to be joined by Paul Bowe, who is in the ring making these introductions. The man he just introduced needs no introduction. The most marketable man in professional wrestling, just ask him, Richard Holliday. Holliday proving to be quite marketable. Appearances in Major League Wrestling this year. Making a name for himself in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Quite frankly, someone you should watch out for in the future. He will be tested by the man Paul Bowe is about to introduce. And E.J. Kuiper joining me instead.
Doesn't get any better than this, Bravado.
Well, Brian Pillman, as you say that, Brian Pillman comes out, second generation star. EJ, we saw him against Sean Carr last month, vowing to make a difference here in PPW. He needs it with a win tonight.
I said it last month, Bravado. Brian Pillman's father, Brian Pillman Sr., of course. He was one of the trailblazers of the Attitude Era, and now his son, Brian Pillman Jr., is a trailblazer in the independent era. At the top of his game, at the top of independent wrestling today, you can only see talent like this here at PPW.
Well, Brian Pillman's going to waste no time on Richard Holliday. Holliday's wondering what he's doing. Now, he didn't even know the match started. Brian Pillman very anxious, very eager to get back into PPW after a loss last month. Telling our cameras that he's better than that. He's about to prove it to Rich Holliday here tonight.
What a matchup we have here, folks. You're not going to get action like this anywhere else. Unbelievable. Brian Pillman, Richard Holliday, two of the top competitors in independent wrestling today.
Both men in MLW, thriving promotion that started just, last year. And MLW known for getting the blue chips of the independent circuit. Two of them right now in a PPW ring about to, I was going to say square off EJ, but the mind games of the most marketable man, Richard Holliday. Are they going to work on Pillman tonight?
Neither of these men are newcomers to the squared circle. Both of them have been around the block more than once, Phil Bravado. Richard Holliday is just playing mind games right now.
Well, Jeff Carden's going to have a very particular tough time keeping up with this match. Both men very fast. Pillman, I would say, has the speed slightly, but Holliday is just an all-around great worker.
You wouldn't expect anything less from the son of flying Brian Pillman to be fast and agile, light on his feet.
Well, we talked to Holliday before this. He said, I don't care. I don't care who his daddy is. We're about to see. Pillman coming in with a sound strategy, EJ, last month. We'll have to see if that continues this month. A very put-together wrestler. Taking advantage of Richard Holliday early.
Has him locked up on the mat here. Seeing some basic Greco-Roman maneuvers. Cactus catch cam wrestling to start things off here. Both opponents just feeling each other out.
Oh, fake by Pillman. And reversal after reversal.
Holliday with the big shoulder sends Pillman down to the mat. Holliday saw that one a mile away, caught Pillman. Pillman's fighting out of the fireman's carry. Holliday up the ropes, tried to hold on there, could not create the distance to avoid that super kick though. It took it right across the chops.
Well, very smart move by Richard Holliday. Get out. You got 9 seconds to recover before the bell rings without your favor, I guess, and make you lose the match. He's going to count. And Jeff Carden, his 10 counts really about a 20 because he's carrying sevens up when he gets to about the 11 mark. He doesn't know where he's going.
It's a struggle to get to 10 for Jeff Carden.
What do you think about Holbert?
Holbert has a tough enough time getting to 3, let alone 10.
Great shoulder block. Get in the ring. Chop by Holliday.
Tell you what, Holliday's plan seems to be working here. He has Pillman off of his center, out of his game. Pillman sidesteps. Big European uppercut. Chop across the chest. Holliday shoves out. Not enough to break the offensive fury of Brian Pillman Jr.
You know, you make a good point a couple seconds ago, EJ. He's not on his game. He's not up to kilter right now. He's off his game just a little, and that's affecting his strategy. We're going to have to see if he can get it back. Great move by Brian Pillman.
And Pillman can play games of his own there, Bravado.
Well, again, you see Holliday roll into the outside of the ring. Going to take his time. He realizes that he cannot keep up with Brian Pillman. Pillman's a little faster than him. He's going to use his brains to get through this one. He's going to use the psychology game. And you can see Pillman inside in this ring growing impatient. And Holliday couldn't waste any more time.
You know what, Pillman's style, he takes you right in the center of the ring, wants to go head to head, no questions asked. Richard Holliday knows that, and he's doing everything he could to throw him out of his center. Throw him out of his space of zen that we see so often with Brian Pillman Jr.
Well, Holliday's making a best friend pitch to Brian Pillman.
There's no friends in pro wrestling, Bravado.
Well, Pillman's going to extend his hand. Saw it coming a mile away.
You're not going to pull that one on Brian Pillman.
Well, Holliday soon finds that out. He's running for the hills. Pillman pushes our cameraman out of the way, and now we've got a game of cat and mouse here. Pillman pretends to fall, and so does Holliday. Both of them have the same idea. Fans pointing down to where Richard Holliday is, helping out Brian Pillman. Get out of the way.
Pillman taking a drink there.
Carden still don't know what's going on. But I mean, do I really even need to call that anymore?
Carden needs to start the 10 count here. They've been out of the ring long enough. Oh! I get spit on every single show.
EJ getting the remnants from that.
That's not how you drink water, folks. It's supposed to go down.
Richard Holliday soaked. And he's getting kicked. That can't feel good. Pillman taking complete advantage on the outside. And now, no. Down on the hardest part of the ring, EJ.
Look at the pain on Rich Holliday's face.
That's nothing but steel. You want to know what a ring's made of? That part's steel. No padding, no nothing. If you're lucky enough to hit the soft part, EJ, you hit a 2x4. The corner of one.
Yeah, folks, that's no trampoline they're wrestling in there. It's a wrestling ring.
Oh, well scouted by Richard Holliday. Knocks Brian Pillman Jr. off of the apron.
Desperation maneuver there from Holliday, but it paid off big time here. He's able to gain his composure.
Absolutely.
Take a couple breaths.
That's exactly what he needed at this juncture of the match. Remember, Holliday's the bigger man. He doesn't want this to go too long, and he certainly doesn't want this to go fast. Slow, methodical moves by Richard Holliday, keeping or at least trying to keep the pace at his game.
Holliday all over Brian Pillman Jr. here, not relenting an inch. This match has been all Richard Holliday.
Nice European uppercut.
Brian Pillman premiering here in PPW last month. Richard Holliday's been here a while. Lots of hype around Brian Pillman. I don't think Richard Holliday took too kindly to that, Phil Bravado.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I think he's making a statement out here.
Well, I told you disrespected the family, disrespected Pillman.
Look at that. Plucks Pillman out of the air. Backbreaker.
And what is he doing? He's using moves that will slow down Brian Pillman. Arrogant cover by Richard Holliday. That's not going to put the second generation star away. He knows that, though, EJ. He's making Brian Pillman exert energy whenever he possibly can. And again, right down to the small of the back.
And you're right. Holliday is just taking a slow, methodical approach to this match. Not wasting any movement. Scouting out his moves one by one. And taking his time.
See, because Holliday knows when he gets in that fury, and he's the recipient of Brian Pillman's 7th move in 3 seconds, he knows that he's not in a good spot. How do you slow that down? The back, the leg, the arm. Holliday has exposed all 3 tonight.
Absolutely. Start with one body part and work your way from there.
Holliday standing over Brian Pillman.
Pillman whipped hard into the corner. He needs to change his strategy here.
That can't feel too good on that back, EJ. You see the face of Brian Pillman right now. And now you're a witness to the guts of Brian Pillman as he tries to fight out of this.
Absolutely. That lower back is taking lots of abuse in this matchup. And as we know, the lower back is part of your core, the center of your strength. Look at this. Not a pretty sight for Brian Pillman there.
Arrogant cover by Holliday, and that is why the 2 3/4 happened. He can look at Jeff Carden all he wants. He has to blame himself on that. But smartly, intelligently, shall I say, EJ, right to a hold that will slow down Mr. Pillman.
Right into that rear chin lock here. Richard Holliday just wearing down Brian Pillman, trying to get that last bit of energy out for the 1, 2, 3.
Well, he's going to go for it soon. We're approaching about the 10-minute mark of this match.
Absolutely.
Justin just corrected me, 11 minutes. How dare I, EJ?
Here we go. Brian Pillman trying to fight out with everything he has here. Big chop across the chest. You can see he has to dig deep for those blows. Pillman off the ropes, ducks a big lariat. Pillman with the crossbody press. Only a 1 count there, but Pillman is back in this one.
Well, Holliday's going to halt that before anybody gets too excited, but Pillman showing a little bit, like you said, in the reserves. Oh, and he knocked his head off.
Perfectly timed by Pillman there. Back on top of his game here, trying to get a step up on his speed here. Fireman's carry, Holliday with the roll up. Handful of tights, Pillman manages to get out.
Holliday thought that was it. He thought he had it.
Double underhook blocked by Pillman. Pillman with the fireman's carry. Death Valley driver from Pillman, hooks the leg, 2, no, only a 2 count.
Brian Pillman can't believe it. Richard Holliday doesn't know where he is. And Jeff Carden's just happy he got to 2. Pillman trying to rally this crowd. And he could be looking for that kick. That truthfully, without the help of Lamar Hawkins last month, he could have been the PPW heavyweight champion with that kick. Had Sean Carr not had assistance from the outside. We're going to see if he can put Holliday away here eventually as he starts warming him up.
Pillman softening up Holliday. Holliday catches that leg. Go for the suplex. Fisherman suplex from Holliday. Hooks the leg. 2, 3, no! Only a 2 count.
Holliday punching the mat out of frustration twice. Probably would have done a lot more damage had he connected with Pillman's schnoz. But that's just me. Oh, that'll wake you up. Pillman perched there up on the top rope. EJ, we've seen it before. This is where matches change their course.
You know what? Taking Pillman up to the top rope, that's like taking Brer Rabbit to the briar patch. That's where he was born at. That's where he lives and dies, Phil Bravado. You're not going to gain an advantage by doing that as Pillman takes to the air. Big fly body.
Oh, the momentum rolled him over. Holliday almost.
Hooks the leg. Beautiful Michinoku driver for Brian Pillman. Hooks the leg. That has to be it. No, Holliday still has a lot in the tank.
Both of these men.
Kick out.
Excuse me, EJ. Both of these men wanting this match badly. Pillman trying to defend the honor of his family. He'd heard what Richard Holliday had said before this match. Holliday just trying to prove that he can be a jerk and get away with it.
Holliday blocks it.
Oh, right into Carden.
Carden. Oh, come on.
Stunned Carden for a second.
With the low blow. Come on.
Well, Richard Holliday picking up a big victory, whether you like it or not, whether you think it was fair or not. The most marketable man is outside with his hand raised, and Brian Pillman's in there holding his,
Phil Bravado, it doesn't matter what your pedigree is in this business. When you get hit in the family jewels, it's lights out.